Listen, you made it. You made it to the last week of the semester. Congratulations. You made it this far without quitting, without dropping out. Might have pulled out some hairs, but hey, it's the way things go sometimes. All right, so the last week of the semester is our final essay week. It's our rhetorical essay. It's the last essay. It's like a final exam that you get a whole week to do. So here it is, the rhetorical essay. In this essay, you you will write a 5-paragraph essay. It's the same topic as your critical essay. Same topic, it's the same argument. It's just a different type of essay. Don't change your topic, don't change your argument, same argument, different kind of essay. So here's the page here. If you're watching the video will be right here. But let's go over to the rhetorical essay. All right, just want to make sure I make that visible for you. All right, rhetorical essay assignment details. So it is an argument essay, and it's a classical argument essay, meaning we're doing the classical things about rhetoric. It says, in this essay, you will persuade your audience to adopt your viewpoint on a controversial issue. This essay will exemplify your ability to use the rhetorical appeals to create a trifecta of persuasion for your take on the issue at hand. See the rhetorical essay grading guide for the paragraph outline for this essay. The successful essay will include the following: a clear and concise thesis statement that informs your audience of your argument. Remember, your argument is the same as your critical essay. There must be a should statement in there. Tell us that something should happen. A paragraph dedicated to your use of ethos, a paragraph dedicated to your use of pathos, a paragraph dedicated to your use of logos. Ethos, pathos, and logos are the rhetorical appeals. You'll learn about those in the rhetoric lessons that I have for you. 3 quotation sandwiches, 1 for each body paragraph. You know how to do quotation sandwiches. If you don't, review that quotation sandwiches lesson. A clear organization of thoughts and ideas, that's good essay structure. Relatively few grammatical and spelling errors. Successful exemplification of essay structure. Works cited page. And no mention of rhetoric or the rhetorical appeals, since you are to exemplify them. You're not to talk about them, you're to exemplify the use of them. Here's the paragraph outline for the essay. We have the introduction paragraph. As always, attention grabber. Mention your main points. Thesis statement. Remember that should statement. Your body paragraphs. Each body paragraph is dedicated to the use of an individual rhetorical appeal. And you can put them in any order. It could be ethos, pathos, logos, pathos, ethos, logos, logos, pathos, ethos. You can put it in whatever order you want. So you have dedication to this paragraph's rhetorical appeal, topic sentence, quotation sandwich, support details, examples, and transition sentence. Now, what's really important here is the topic sentence. That topic sentence must be exemplary of that rhetorical appeal you're using. So for example, if it's pathos, make sure that topic sentence is talking about emotion. Make sure that topic sentence is talking about emotion and leave the other rhetorical appeals out of that topic sentence. What this does is, because that topic sentence is like the thesis statement for that body paragraph, whatever rhetorical appeal you use for that topic sentence, it colors the rest of that body paragraph, that rhetorical appeal, like gives it that shade of that rhetorical appeal. It gives it that sense. So all the other thoughts that you have, or all the other sentences that you have that pull out or that point to something that's that rhetorical appeal, they stand out. It's kind of like if you wear a green hat, if you wear a Kelly green hat and you have Kelly green in your shirt or somewhere in your pants or in your sneakers, it pops. The Kelly green everywhere else kind of stands out because of that Kelly green in that Kelly green hat is the focal point. So it's easier to see all the other pieces of Kelly green that you have on. Same here. As long as your topic sentence is representative of that rhetorical appeal that you're going for example, if it's pathos, all the other pathos in that body paragraph is going to stand out. If you have a pathos topic sentence here and a pathos topic sentence here, then 5 points is going to come up because your topic sentence, you repeated the rhetorical appeal. So make sure that one is ethos, one is pathos, and one is logos. And don't mix them. Don't talk about statistics and heartache in the same topic sentence, because then that's not giving an indication that the rest of that body paragraph is one of those rhetorical appeals. You're giving an indication that you're talking about both of them, or that you're using both of them in that body paragraph. All right, so after you do that with all 3 body paragraphs, the conclusion paragraph, reword your thesis, make sure it's that should statement, mention your main points, talk about how your idea, your main points of ethos, pathos, and logos. Don't say ethos, pathos, and logos. Talk about statistics, heartache, and character, something like that. And with a clincher. So that's the standard rhetorical essay. That's the standard rhetorical essay right there. But I'm going to make a deal with you. I'm going to make a deal with you. You can write this rhetorical essay just like this. You can do that. Or you can write a rhetorical essay and still get 100 if you just, where's the button here? Here it is. And still get 100 if you just write a rhetorical essay with only your words. So you don't have to have any research. You don't have to have quotes. You don't have to have citations. You don't have to have a works cited page. But if you can write this rhetorical essay exemplifying the use of ethos, pathos, and logos, you can still get 100 on it. Have perfect MLA format, have perfect essay structure, introduction paragraph, a body paragraph for ethos, a body paragraph for pathos, a body paragraph for logos, and a conclusion paragraph, and that can be it. And you can still get 100 on that. And it's possible. It's more than possible because I don't grade this one that hard. I don't grade this one as hard as the critical essay. But along with this deal is a lot of extra credit that you can get to. And extra credit for the extra credit for the rhetorical essay is weighted heavier than critical essay extra credit or narrative essay extra credit. So I'm going to come down here and show you the extra credit opportunities that you have. All right, so first, the rhetorical essay is due by July 22nd. That's the last day to turn in anything for this course. So submit it by July 22nd and you're fine. But there's an early bird extra credit. The early bird extra credit is here. If you submit this essay by, I can't highlight, it's just gonna keep skipping. If you submit this essay by Monday, July 20th, you get 5 extra credit points. All right, so let's start at the top here. So if you decide to do three quotation sandwiches, 3 quotation sandwiches will earn you 7 extra credit points. If you do 2 quotation sandwiches and 1 block quote correctly, if you correctly do 2 quotation sandwiches and 1 block quote, you'll get 10 extra credit points. That's worth more because I didn't teach you how to do a block quote. But you can look it up. It's the an MLA formatted block quote. You can look that up if you want to do that, if you want those 10 extra credit points. If your paper is in all third person, meaning you use all third person pronouns. First person, if I'm speaking, is any pronoun that includes myself. So me, my, I, us, our, we, because I'm included in we and us. Second person pronoun, if I'm speaking, is anything that includes you. So you, your, yours, y'all, thou, thine. Third person is any pronoun that's not including me, it's not including you. It's he, she, them, those, they, it. One may say, or the author says. So if you have all third person pronouns, 3 extra credit points. If you use all third person, it tends to make your papers sound more objective. So there's strategy in these things. No contractions. So instead of writing can't, you write cannot. Instead of writing won't, you write will not. If you can write your paper using no contractions at all, you have 3 points, 3 extra credit points. And when you have a quote, like if you're doing a quotation sandwiches, when you have a quote, you write the quote exactly how it's written. Like the third person extra credit and the no contractions thing. If it's in a quote, of course, put the contraction or put the third person pronoun. But your words, what you write, shouldn't have any third person pronouns or any contractions if you go for that extra credit. Have your paper seen by a GTC tutor before you submit it. And that's 5 points extra credit. If you visit one in person, have them email me. If you go online, still have them email me or send me a receipt of you going. There's the early submission. If you submit by July 20th, 5 extra credit points. I like doing this because it gives me time to grade some papers early. Perfect MLA formatting. Perfect MLA formatting is standard MLA formatting. Standard MLA formatting is perfect MLA formatting. So don't get caught up on that word perfect. It's just standard. 3 extra credit points if you go for that. And a perfect works cited page. If you're doing quotation sandwiches or quotes, you may as well go for the perfect works cited page. And that's 4 extra credit points. So just right here, you can get 33 extra credit points just right here. And that's worth about 50 extra credit points in the narrative portion of the course. It's just that the rhetorical essay is weighted heavier. So the extra credit points are weighted heavier too. All right, so if you go for these extra credit opportunities, so first you must submit your paper as a Word or PDF document. But also, after you do that, you must list the extra credit that you're going for in the text box of the submission page. And I'll give you an example of that. Let me see if I can. do this real quick. All right, so I have it in student view, and if we go to rhetorical essay, view instructions, here we have file upload. This is where you'll upload your Word or PDF document of your essay. And here in this text box is where you'll tell me which extra credit opportunities you're going for. So let's say you're going for the 2 quotation sandwiches and a block quote, all third person, no contractions. Then I just copied it and I pasted it here, but you can write it there if you want. Writing it is fine. You'll upload your paper and then you'll hit submit. If you don't put anything there, I'm not going to look for anything, and I'm not going to award you with anything. And here's why. If you list that you're going for an extra credit opportunity, I'm going to look for it. I'm going to see that you did it correctly, and then I'm going to award you the points. Like, I want you to get the points. But don't waste my time. Don't have me look for something. Don't have me look that you did a paper with no contractions and in all third person pronouns, and then you have 6 times that you wrote I in there. Because now I have to take off points. Because you said that you wrote an all third person paper, and you didn't. So every time that you have a first or second pronoun in there, first and second person pronoun in there, 2 points are going to come off. So make sure that if you go for these things, that you are doing your due diligence to make sure that what you're going for is correct. If you messed up on quotation sandwiches in the critical essay and you want to make up for those points, by all means, go for the quotation sandwiches extra credit in the rhetorical essay. Make up for those points. But make sure that you are turning in a paper with perfect quotation sandwiches. No partial credit for extra credit is going to be given. If you mess up on 3 quotation sandwiches, then points are going to come off. But if you don't list it, for example, if you don't list that you're doing all third person and then you put some first person pronouns in there, no points are going to come off. If you don't list that you're doing the no contractions, don't list it, and you have contractions in your paper, no points come off. But if you list it and then you have those things in there, the wrong things in there, then points are going to come off. For perfect MLA formatting, which you should have down by now, if you put that you have perfect MLA formatting and you're missing your header, normally a missing header is 2 points off. But because you listed that you have perfect MLA formatting, now it's going to be 4 points off if you're missing a header. So don't just list these things all willy-nilly. Like, make sure this is what you want. Make sure this is what you want to do. And have someone else look at it. Have a tutor look at it with you, for you, help you with it. All right, on the rest of this page are the lessons for rhetoric. So this first video here is a video called Rhetoric for Kids. It's not really for kids. This is an old student video, not one of my students, but he knows about my classes by now. It's been years since I've been showing his video. But after anyone watches this video, they understand rhetoric. It's a hard video to watch. You're not going to want to watch it twice, so just pay attention the first time you watch it. Some of the weird things he does in there is just, it's a part of him exemplifying rhetoric. So just Just pay attention the first time. And then after that, I give you the more traditional rhetoric lesson just to solidify your knowledge of what rhetoric is. And once you have the knowledge, you know how to write this paper. You know how to create 3 body paragraphs focused on each of the rhetorical appeals. And you might be able to keep your same introduction and conclusion paragraphs as your critical essay. It just depends on how you wrote it. So yeah, it's the same argument and a different type of essay. If you don't go for any of the extra credits, like if you don't do any of the extra stuff and you're just using all your own words, then you probably should submit it on Monday and get those 5 points extra credit. You know, just take some time out and submit it. There is no rough draft for this. At this point, you know the writing process, you know the essay structure, you know what your argument is already, and now it's just time to show that you can produce a polished essay. You got this. For extra credit, alphabet aerobics is still available. Yeah, yeah. Somebody do alphabet aerobics. I want somebody to do it. And A Villain's Truth is the last normal extra credit. You can check them out in the extra credit folder. And yeah, when you're ready, do some more extra credit. So if you do all this extra credit, the most you could get out of here is 33 points, and that's 10 points, and that's 7 points. You can do both of these. There are a lot of points available, extra credit points available for this last essay. If you have to make up anything that you missed, this is the way to do it. All right. I'll also put the last spelling quiz that we're doing in the lesson 7 folder. So check that out too. All right. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. And just as a reminder, the beginning of the semester and end of the semester, we get a lot of emails. I mean, a lot. And it's mostly not from students. It's from administration, booksellers, counselors from other schools. Like a lot of emails come in. If you have a question, just try to make it straightforward. It just makes it easier to get through all these emails and get back to you and, get to everybody. All right. Later.